Hello, that wasn't a very good clap, was it? Let's try again. Hello, and welcome back to the Fermented World Homebrew channel. Today we are brewing a replica of a sour beer that me and a friend tried, and it was absolutely epic. Now, the brewery is called Vault City Brewery, and they make sour beers. They only make sours and stouts. So, with all the flavors that they had in there, we're going to try and recreate it. Now, you may have seen the little picture that I put up at the beginning, but this has got lychee, it's got coconut, it's got ginger, it's got peaches, and it's got lemongrass. Now, it is going to be a very complex flavor. It's going to be very hard to balance. So we're going into this with an open mind and a structured idea of what we're going to do. Now, normally, I just throw it all in and hope for the bloody best, as you very well know. And sometimes we get some really good meads. Sometimes we get some okay, like mediocre. Mediocre, you get it. But anywho, we've got a lot of ginger. I don't know why they decided to send me that much. I just asked for, I can't remember what I asked for, but that's a hell of a lot of ginger. So we're going to be making a ginger mead as well after, as ginger meads are really nice. But I might put some chilies in as well. Maybe ginger and Scotch bonnet. There's an idea. But anyway, we've got some peaches that are sort of going out. They're not even properly ripe yet, but they're already going bad. I don't know why. Maybe because I put them in the fridge, thinking that they needed to ripen in the fridge. Don't know why I thought that. But they'll be okay. We're going to use them. Now, this is how I'm going to be structuring this one. Depending on how much weight we get from these peaches, depending on how much we get off these, depends on how much dried lychee we use. Now, this was rather expensive. I couldn't get hold of any tinned or fresh. I did buy a fresh coconut, but I just went to open it up and it's all rotten inside. So basically, I'd left it too long, and that's the price you pay. I've got some toasted, unsweetened coconut left over from another brew, so we're going to be using that up to get it used. It's been in there a long time. I've tasted it. Tastes fine. And that's just like little coconut slices. Let's have a look at what form the lychee is in. I'm hoping it's chunks, but it is freeze dried. If I can get in the damn packet. At least you know it's sealed well when you can't get in it. Okay, it's like some curls of it. Pieces of lychee. Tempted to eat some. I do like lychee. It's a very peculiar flavour. Yeah, very odd. But it's so nice. So, whatever we get of these, we're going to put in half the amount of ginger, because ginger is extremely potent, all of the coconut, all of the lemongrass. That's 4 grams of lemongrass. Oh, divine. I do like lemongrass. And we'll do half the weight of the lychee to the peaches, because they've got the juice in and they're bone dry. So let's get a little bit of prep going. I'll speed this little bit up so you don't hear me swearing when I get annoyed. And we'll get it all ready. We'll get it laid out on the plate. I've got to peel some ginger, and then we'll slap it all together. See what happens. That lychee is so nice. I really want to eat some more, but I don't know how much I'm going to need just yet. So, I could imagine that in a beer, you know. Some tropical style beer with a simple grain bill, so that the lychee just comes. Ideas. Anywho, let's get these peaches sorted. Now, I'm not going to peel them. I'm literally just going to slice them up into bits, small bits, obviously taking the stone out, and try and grow a peach tree. Put it on the allotment. So then I will have many peaches. And tomorrow I'm actually collecting some apples. A lady who cuts my daughter's hair, where we do a trade. I gave her a bottle of mead last time, and a bottle of the cider that I made using the apples that she gave me. So hopefully we'll be having a cider. I may not get as much apples as I did last time, but I might be able to top it up. I found that I need about 8 to 9 kilograms of apples to get the amount that I need. But I don't actually have a press currently because I broke it doing the white piment. So that's a problem. But we'll get around it, I'm sure. Anywho, let's crack on. Right, so that is quite a lot of peach. To say there was only 4 of them, that's a lot more than I expected to get. So we are going to weigh it because we want to roughly get some sort of ratios going of some to others, and you know, because peach is quite a mild flavour, I think. So that says 386, so let's say 380 just for the grin. 380 of that. I'm going to write this down as we go, actually, because I'm a sod for telling you guys to write stuff down and then not bloody doing it myself, and then I find myself in a pickle. 380 was it? Yeah, 380 peach, which was roughly 4 peaches. Okie dokie. Write it down as you go. Okay, so that is the peach. Now I need another tub of some description. In fact, I'll bring a couple of tubs. Because we're going to need them as we go forward anyway. Let's put that over here. Tier it. We're having all of the coconut. I will tell you how much it is. The idea wasn't to use toasted coconut, but that's what I've got, and the other coconut was dead. So that's 41 grams, so we'll say 40 grams. Just to round stuff off. Toasted and unsweetened. That now can go in there, out of my way. So now to figure out how much ginger we want. So we had 380, which would mean we need 150, 60, 70, 80, 90, 190 grams of ginger. Let's see what 190 grams of ginger looks like. Looks like it might be that whole thing there. I never used to be a fan of ginger when I was growing up. Didn't like gingerbread men, didn't like anything that had ginger in. Now, I love it. I absolutely love it. I can eat it raw, I can eat it in foods. Quite like it in foods, actually. It's good to have a nice bit of a chunk of ginger in there. So I think I'm going to do 150 because that's already a lot of ginger. Now, I had it in mind to use about that much. Ginger can be very overpowering. It can. Right, I'm going to move that to the side for now and ponder it. Let's weigh out some lychee. We know that it's those two that we're going to use. Let's weigh out some lychee. While we're doing that, I'm actually going to start the tea because we're going to be putting the lemongrass into here already, straight away. Just like that. 4 grams of. And I'm going to get some hot water. Probably about 1 litre. Should suffice for making the tea. No more than that, really. In fact, no. 800 ml. Don't want to overshoot it. Don't want to overshoot it. That's going to sit in there and do its little lemongrassy thing, creating some sort of lemongrass tea. Don't need that at the moment. Now, I was tempted to lob a chili in here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to see what we get to begin with, and we'll go from there. So 150 of the ginger, and I need to match the fruits. So that was, so I need 190. I don't even think I've got 190. No, I've got 95 grams. Made from 950 grams of fresh fruit. So maybe we don't need all of this, because once it's rehydrated, it's going to be the equivalent of nearly 1 kilogram, isn't it? So if we match it, that would mean we need 30 grams, 38 grams. There we go. 38. They can go away, because once they hydrate, they will be the equivalent of 380 grams, apparently. This is going to be a big batch as well. I'm going for a 2-gallon batch, just because of the amount of ingredients that are going into it. So I am going to need some more honey, actually, thinking about it. And now then for the ginger. Just tear that and weigh it again, because I think that's way too much. $72, $81. Right, I'm going with 81 of the ginger, because I don't want to overdo it. 4 grams of lemongrass. $38 grams, or the equivalent of 380 grams of lychee. It was good how it told you what it was made out of on the back, because that really helped. And we're going to do 80 grams of ginger, because ginger is very potent, especially when put into hot water, which is what we're going to do in a second. Put it in there, into some hot water. In fact, I think I'm going to put it all into some hot water, let it steep for a while. Then we come back, add the water to top it up with, and the honey. Because that way we'll get a glance at what the flavour is going to be like, I suppose. 80 grams of ginger. So now then, I'm going to go chop this ginger up as best as I can. I do not know any special particular way of doing it. So we're just going to have a go. Okay, so that was 80 grams of the ginger. I had to add more because as I was peeling it, obviously you're taking away the weight. So lemongrass in there doing its thing. Get the ginger in there. We are going to add some more hot water to this. Now let's put in all of the other ingredients to have a nice little marry in some hot water. Need the mead yeast out of the fridge. Would be helpful. Double batch, so we're going to go with 5 grams, which I believe is what you normally get in the lalvin EC 1118. I believe. Take out what we need, then it will be warming up as it goes. There we are. 5 grams. That can go straight back in. There's a big pot of yeast. But it saved money in the long run, so it's a no-brainer really, isn't it? Right. So that'll be 1,800 milliliters of hot water now. We just want to make sure that everything's covered and kosher. Now this may very well taste like complete shit. But you know, you got to have a go. I've had it in my mind for a while and I wanted to get it done. I'm not sure what these dirty looking bits there. It's where it's the Vaseline that used to seal it with, because the seals on this type of fermenter are not very good. The Vaseline collects bits of dirt. It's been sterilised, but it just doesn't look all that appealing, does it? Probably need to put some fresh on at some point. Right, so I'm going to pop the lid on and we're just going to let that all infuse. Probably 10 or 20 minutes. Yeah. Just put the lid on so that nothing can get in. And we'll be back in 10 minutes, maybe 15. So that's had about 15 minutes because I forgot to set an alarm. It's definitely been over 10. It smells nice. Let's take that out of there. It does smell nice. Let's take a little bit out of there so we can taste it. See what we've potentially got to work with, and then we can see whether we need to balance anything else off. Now obviously they're going to continue to draw flavors. Now there is a mixture of flavors in there. Tastes alright. Not sure I'm getting any particular one more than other, but that could change over time. Let's move the yeast over there, scales over there, and let's get some honey in. Now I'm umming and ahhing as to whether to do the big batch that I said I was going to do, or whether to actually just keep it as a normal batch for now and then ramp it up next time. Because none of those flavors there are overpowering, if you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're just going to keep this as a normal batch, which will be 1 gallon. So let's get some honey in there. Speed this bit up. And now we're going to give that a good old mix. Okay. Let's just balance that on there, and we're going to add some cold water now, topping it up to the gallon mark, or 4.5 litres. Might even do a little bit because we've got quite a lot of volume of fruit, haven't we? And then when we remove all that, we are going to be coming down. So let's get it up to the gallon mark, which I guesstimate to be around there. Just a little bit over. What have we got left in there? That's 2 litres. Double check we've got all that mixed in, because it likes to hang around the edges and in the middle. I think we're well mixed. I think. Okay. So that is just over where I wanted it, or no, just over the gallon mark, which I say we add an extra litre in, because when we move all of that, no, actually let's say, yeah, let's do a litre, sod it. I mean, we can always add a little bit more honey if we're not got the gravity we want. That's a little bit over. Just put it in there for now. Don't want to do too much because it's going to have to fit into a demijohn later on, you see. The plan going forward is to add the same amount of ingredients in the secondary, with the stoppers put in and so on and so forth. So far that's 2 bottles of the honey. Just give it one quick mix in, and then we can take a hydrometer reading and see where we're going. Let's take a hydrometer reading, see where we're at, see if we've got an acceptable start gravity. Now obviously the fruits are going to have sugars in as well. They might not have come through just yet. but they will ferment. So we will have more than what we expect. But let's see where we are at. We're on the 90 mark. Yeah, 1.090. I'm happy with that. I don't think we need to do anything with that. I am happy with the start gravity of 190. We're going to need some yeast nutrients. Could probably get away with not putting these in. What's a tablespoon? I need half a teaspoon. No, 1 level teaspoon actually. So we shall use the correct measurement. Need to buy some more of this actually. Need it on my shopping list. I do go through quite a bit. Get that in there. Put it there for now. And we're going to pitch the yeast. 5 grams of. In it goes. Let's get it mixed in. Get a nice bit of oxygen in there as well. That is always helpful at the beginning of a fermentation. Not so helpful halfway through or at the end of. So I am actually just going to Vaseline this bucket up again because they are crap. No, I'm not, because I can't find the Vaseline. So sod it. On that goes. In that goes to create loads of mess. Now I need to wipe that up. And probably replace what I've just lost. But that's just gonna ferment away now, quite happily. That might be the door for the collection. Well, I thought that was my delivery, but it was somebody trying to get me to change my gas supplier, wanting my name and whatever. It's like, no, I'll do one. Probably got it all on here as well, to be honest. Proof that they were here. So yeah, we're gonna get this labeled up with what is in it, and that's pretty much it. Bada bomb, bada bing. Need to think of a name for it. Yeah, but we're going to write down what it started at anyway, while we remember. 1.090 OG. Today's date is the 6th of October. 6th, 10, 25. Yeah, not really sure what we're going to name it, but I'm sure we'll figure one out. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, guys, and I'll see you all soon.